So here we go. So most organizations now recognize the central role that their customer satisfaction plays in the long run success. Customer satisfaction is very important. If we are to look at the long-term success, we need the customers. If they're not there, we will not meet uh, that plan that we seek to get or to meet in a few years' time. So marketers have argued for the centrality of customer satisfaction for over 40 years, giving a variety of names, including they've called it the marketing concept, customer orientation, and market orientation. However, all of these approaches argue that good marketing is much more merely being concerned about customers' needs. All agree that managers must understand the marketplace in which they operate, which includes not only customers but also competitors, governments, regulatory agencies, and the overall market environment. So, one thing we must understand the customers and the environment in which we operate. Further, all recognize that an organization's interest in satisfaction is not for its own sake, but because it's recognition that satisfied customers give an organization its best chance of achieving its objectives. Whatever they happen to be, as satisfied customers are much more likely to come back, remain loyal, and provide positive word of mouth. However, it is fair to say that customer satisfaction has taken pride of a place in many discussions about marketing. Consequently, a great deal of research has been undertaken to understand what creates and maintains customer satisfaction and to determine how it will be measured, as it is clearly a key marketing variable. Somebody by the name Peters, 1987, that's the year they published this book. Not only himself, but we also have many others who have pointed out that today's customers are searching for quality. You can agree with me there, searching for quality, which in service industry such as hospitality, tourism, and leisure equates with service quality. So, not surprisingly, therefore, service quality has become a major issue for managers in those areas, with many people arguing that service quality has a central role in the success or failure of such a successful organization, and that successful organizations will have to compete on the basis of quality of the customer service they provide. Now, if an organization succeeds in such a competitive strategy, it has been argued it will be well rewarded. It is likely to obtain the following: a competitive differentiation that favors the organization, favorable word of mouth advertising. You'll also achieve greater productivity, better employee morale, and better profit and rates of return. So I need to know if you're still there. You're all still there? Hello. I see you're typing, so I'll assume you are there. Now, that's an introduction. We need to know the objectives. By the end of this, there are some things we need to know. So one, we will need to explain some key aspects of service quality and also explain the sub-goal model and other service quality models. And lastly, describe the relationship between service quality, customer satisfaction, and value. So, how those three things work: quality, satisfaction, and value. Now, service quality. The central link in most service strategies is quality. Ideas about total quality management. Have you ever heard about this total quality management, which is used by the Japanese? It is an attempt to get the most out of any service quality program or management. We shall look at it later, what we mean by this total quality management. So, the central part of any strategy, service strategy, has to have quality. And any idea about total quality management and also quality assurance. You've seen organizations try to come up with what we call, I'm trying to remember the exact word, uh, but all of these are designed to actually measure how effective an organization is towards measuring quality and making sure that this quality is actually achieved. Now, while organizations have introduced service quality programs, service quality is still a major problem that needs to be addressed. Why? Because of the following. Service managers have a short-term, short-run view of the world. Many systems are designed to reward short-run rather than long-term. This means that we are not thinking about 30 years to come or even 50. We are only thinking about today, tomorrow, and the next 5 years. That's what we are thinking. So that's a problem. We are not thinking over a long period of time, even a century to come. And then many organizations offer too many services with limited budgets, resulting in lack of excellence. So too many services, but no money, no budget to make sure that these services go through. So what comes? Something that has no excellence, just an attempt to do something, but no excellence. Another problem is existing systems may not be sufficient or effective. They're not even enough, and if they're there, then that system is not effective. It's not achieving its required objective. Reasonable status may be given to the frontline troops, hence little job satisfaction and loyalty. And it is not only my job syndrome, that's a syndrome. It is not it is not my job. So you don't care because it's not you who has been tasked with the job. Many employers try to avoid rather than assist customers. This requires organizational change. And then in some organizations, staff think customers are a nuisance. Now, this is not good at all. We need the customers. If they are not there, the business is not there. So, unless we understand the value that they create, the value they bring, what they play towards us obtaining our objective, then we are doomed. So, before we go on, let's look at the total service, the total quality management. So, just a definition. If you're still there, I'm going to the definition of total quality management, or I'll share my screen. So, total quality management means the following. a system of management based on the principle that every member of staff must be committed to maintaining high standards of work in every aspect of company operations. That is what the TQM means. Let's see what Investopedia tells us about the TQM, Total Quality Management. So here we go. TQM, Total Quality Management, or TQM, is the continual process of detecting and reducing or eliminating errors in manufacturing, streamlining supply chain management, improving the customer experience, and ensuring that employees are up to speed with training. Total quality aims to hold all parties involved in the production process accountable for the overall quality of the final product. So, talk about a car in the assembly plant. There will be people who will be supplying the rubber for making the tires, the metal for making uh, the chassis, the what else? We have maybe fabric for making the chairs, the seats, and the connection. So we have seen what total quality management is. Now let's see quality assurance (QA), what it stands for, what it is. Now, quality assurance is a way of preventing mistakes and defects in manufactured products, avoiding problems when delivering products or services to customers, which is International Standard Organizations 9000. So ISO 9000 defines QA as part of quality management, focused on providing confidence that quality requirements will be fulfilled. This defect prevention in quality assurance differs subtly from defect detection and rejection in quality control, and has been referred to as shift left since it focuses on quality earlier in the process. That is, to the left of a linear process diagram, reading left to right. Now, very important words here. So, QA, way of preventing mistakes and defects in manufactured products and avoiding problems when you're delivering the products or services. So something that has to come into your mind every time you think about quality assurance is this ISO. This is an international. It is actually an international organization that has an aim of making sure that we have standards. So standards all relates to quality and all that. So I don't think there is anything else we need to know. We won't go much into the quality assurance. So let's get back to what we were doing. So organizations must have a good understanding. Do you see my screen? Am I alone or people have been cut off? I need to know before I continue. Silence means I'm alone, so I'm not continuing.
We are together, sir.
Okay. So organizations must have a good understanding of their customers if they are to understand their quality perceptions or have a chance of successfully implementing service quality programs. They also need to know how customers interact with the various operations. Processes and outcomes are both vital to service quality. Now, Berry, 1988, makes the following general comments about service and quality. So, customers define quality. It's not you. They define quality. Your work is to deliver that quality. So, various customers, they have got various needs, which uh, according to what they are able to pay for, they define quality for us. Quality is a journey. It's not an instant thing. We cannot just obtain it today and forget about it. It's a journey over and over. Doesn't stop. It has to be there for a very, very long period of time. Quality is everyone's job. So don't say it's not my job. Quality, leadership, and communication are inseparable. Quality and integrity are inseparable. Now, quality is a design issue, and quality is keeping the service outcome promise. So, that was quality. Let's now look at satisfaction. Now, as already noted, satisfaction has been a concern for a number of years and is generally recognized as a post-purchase construct that is related to how a person likes or dislikes. So this has to happen after we are purchased. So we will either like it or dislike a product. It can be so we like it or dislike. It can be defined as an evaluation of the experience. Satisfaction is a response to a perceived discrepancy between prior expectations and perceived performance. Managers need to understand how expectations are created and how these expectations are influenced by people's consumption experiences. Now, I need to ask a question. I'm going to ask a question. So, we have the same person who, on a week, is a business person. So, what are the needs of this person when it comes to maybe during they have a lunchtime meeting? What are the needs of this person? Now, I'm going to be even more clearer. Nixon, are you there? Turn on your microphone. Hello. Nixon. Have you people disappeared? Am I talking alone?
No, sir. Hello.
I need to know if you are there. So turn on your microphone. We need to discuss something. So I'm giving an example. Nixon, you're a business person during the week. So you are hungry and you go into a restaurant to meet a client, possible client. What are the needs you have? Now put yourself in that shoes. Maura, you're a business person. You meet a client. What are the needs? Now I'll start you off. These are the needs. You need so many.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Video in a loop.
Hello? Now okay. As I was saying, you need a convenient location. Hello?
Hello, so I guess there is a problem. Well,
from my
all
side,
of us
or
we turn on the microphone.
Somebody has a problem. Hello? I hope the echo has gone. So
yes.
This is what I was saying. You are a business person during the week. Now this business person needs to meet a client over the week during maybe lunchtime in a restaurant. So he will need a convenient location. Of course, he's going to look at the value, of course, whatever is on offer, the service that is going to be offered.
Yes.
And then the environment, is it a quiet place, good place? And then the same person is a family person during the weekend. I bet his needs will be different. Now during the weekend he's going to go to wherever place he can be, even out of the city. So the needs are going to be quite different. He might not prefer the silence anymore. He might prefer actually a noisy place because of
The
children.
recreational.
Yes. So it's not business anymore, it's relaxation. So it is
Yes.
it is leisure. So I was just attempting to say that it is the customers that define what quality is that they want. So we continue. We continue. I hope you can see my screen. So let's look at the service quality satisfaction relationship. Those two things, service quality. Remember, satisfaction is what comes after. Will we like the product or not? So service quality impacts satisfaction directly, and so is the crucial variable marketers need to control strategically to be successful in the long term. The customer is the key operational variable, and if service quality is improved, satisfaction and hopefully profitability will be improved. Now, service quality is a global measure of a number of quality dimensions: tangibles, reliability, responsiveness, assurance, and empathy. Now, this is what we call the SAVQUAL. This is what we call the SAVQUAL. So before we continue, let's look at this SAVQUAL, what it means. So it's a SAVQUAL model. You will be meeting this word very oftenly. So SAVQUAL is a multi-dimensional research instrument designed to capture consumer expectation and perceptions of a service along the 5 dimensions that are believed to represent the quality, the service quality. So these are the 5 dimensions of SAVQUAL. So reliability, it has 5 items in a questionnaire. So what is reliability? The ability to perform the promised service dependably and accurately. That's reliability. Assurance has 4 items in the questionnaire. So assurance is the knowledge and courtesy of employees and the ability to convey trust and confidence. Tangibles has 4. Now, this is the appearance of physical facilities, equipments, personnel, and communication materials. And then we have empathy. Empathy is the provision of caring, individualized attention to customer. So you have to care. Responsiveness, the willingness to help customers and to provide prompt service. Now, let's deviate a little bit out of this. We have this company called KPLC. Are you there? Hello? Hello?
Hello.
We need some discussion here. Based on those 5 dimensions, how would you rate Safaricom based on those 5 dimensions? So we will rate them on reliability, assurance, tangibles, empathy, and responsiveness. So on a rate of 1 to 10, I'm going to mention a dimension and a company, of course 2 companies, and then you rate them on your own. Don't follow these number of items in a questionnaire. These are just in that model we have these 5 items in the questionnaire. But now we're going to rate like reliability when you compare Safaricom and Airtel. Remember, reliability is the ability to perform the promised service dependably and accurately. So, if you're there, Safaricom, how reliable is it vis-a-vis Airtel? On a rate of 1 to 10, could be 1 is least and 10 is most.
It's at
Reliability?
8.
8.
8.
Airtel?
Yes.
What about Airtel?
Airtel, I give it a 6 because in our place there's no network of Airtel.
6. Okay.
Yes.
Now, assurance. Assurance is the knowledge and courtesy of employees and the ability to convey trust and confidence.
Yes.
Those two companies, once again. Safaricom first, Airtel. You give?
Safaricom, Safaricom, it's a 7.
7.
And then Airtel, I give it a 9.5.
9.5.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Now, the tangibles.
Yes.
Tangibles is the appearance of physical facilities, the equipment, personnel, and communication materials. Those two companies, once again.
Safaricom, I give it an 8.
Yes.
And then Airtel, I give it a 7. 7.5.
Okay, I agree with you. Safaricom has facilities, M-Pesa, so many other products, Mshwari, all those.
Yes.
Compared to Airtel, much worse. Now, empathy.
Yes.
Empathy is the provision of caring. Then we have individualized attention to customer. So, how do you rate them again?
Airtel.
Yeah.
I give it an 8 because for their prices of the bundles and credit.
Yes.
It's pretty applicable. It's fair friendly. It's price friendly.
Yeah.
And for the Safaricom, I give it a 6.
6. Yes, very good.
Yeah.
Now, for example, I'm going to just to support your rating.
Yes.
Airtel, when you take that, they call it you copper credit. They don't just take it at the next time you load. But Safaricom, they don't care. You don't have money, you have it. You just have to pay their money.
Yes.
So to me, that's empathy-wise, that's not so good.
Yes.
Now, responsiveness. This is the willingness to help customers and provide prompt service. How would you rate this responsiveness?
For Safaricom,
yeah,
I'll give it an 8.5.
Yeah.
And for Airtel, I'll give it a 7.
A 7.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So responsiveness, however, Airtel would like to respond, but they don't have the facility, so that makes them a little bit.
Yes.
I mean, not up to where Safaricom is. So
yes,
you are a very genuine customer who rated everything without beef. Now,
yes,
those are the 5 dimensions of service quality of sub-call. We call it the sub-call. Now, it's a summary, 5 dimensions of what we call the sub-call model. You will be meeting this term over and over again now that you know what quality is. So,
yes,
we continue. We were trying to look at the relationship between the service quality and the satisfaction relationship. So that's when we introduced the dimensions, the following dimensions from the sub-qual method: tangibles, reliability, responsiveness, assurance, and empathy. Now, it has been suggested that satisfied customers are more likely to repurchase or recommend to others. Consequently, there are antecedents and consequences to this relationship. Now, the value construct, let's look at it. It is a customer's overall assessment of the utility of a product based on perception of what is received and what is given. Value is product quality and price trade-off. Now, some researchers view value as a complex construct with multiple dimensions, which include social, emotional, function, epistemic, and conditional, that impact differently in various situations. Functional value has been presumed to be key influence uh, than other values may be, though other values may be key in different situations. For example, social value in smoking. The complex construct of value with the multiple dimension and influenced by price, perceived risk, and brand. So, service quality, satisfaction. How does value come in? Value plays a great role in achieving the satisfaction. So, this quality has to be value, has to have value for us to be satisfied. Remember, we said it's a construct, something that happens in the brain. Therefore, it depends on so many other things like social, emotional, function, epistemic, and conditional. So, how is the society going to affect your perception of value? Of course, what people like, the human being tends to behave in that way. You will like what your friends like and your family likes. That's just an example. Emotional also, the condition you have in your mind at that particular time is going to affect your value. Let's look at the summary. This lecture examined two constants that are at the heart of the debate about the nexus between service quality and customer satisfaction, and we outlined some of the issues relevant to understanding and measuring both constructs. It also discussed a simple service quality satisfaction. However, it is clear that the model is not a sufficient explanation of the way service quality impact on customer decision making. Some very recent research into value was outlined, which suggests that service quality is only one of a number of factors that influence value, and that managers need to understand the interaction of all those factors and the mediating role that value plays before designing customer service programs. Now, just to make sure that we are on the same side, explain some key aspects of service quality. Are you there?
Yes.
So I want you to explain the key aspects of service quality. So this is what it is. One, customers define quality. Then we said quality is a journey. All those are the aspects we are trying to talk about. Quality is a design issue, and the rest. The second part is the second objective. Explain the sub-qual model and other service quality models. We only talked about the sub-qual model. So in your own words, what is the sub-qual model? Don't try to put it in the professional way. If you can, good. But how did you understand this sub-qual model? Any volunteer? Are you there? How did you understand sub-qual model? One person to volunteer. Anna. Jumba. Yes.
It's a multidimensional.
It's a multidimensional.
Service quality factor.
Yeah.
That deals with the intangible measures.
Yes. It deals with the intangible measures. Is it only yes, intangible measures, and then it has five dimensions in which we measure the service quality.
Which
Good.
measure the service quality.
Yeah, good. So describe the relationship between service quality, customer satisfaction, and value. In your words, don't look at what we did, just in your words. Another volunteer. Electina. So this is what we are trying to say. Relationship between service quality and service quality, customer satisfaction, and value. So value is a construct. That's a social. I mean, that means it happens in the brain. So for us to achieve the desired service quality, we have to have perceptions about the value, which will in turn have an effect on the post purchase, that is the post service, which is the satisfaction. So we will either like it or dislike it. Now, do you have a question? Do you have a question? If there's no question, I'm going to give you a work, but before giving you this work, we're going to mark the register. So turn on your microphones. Today is 22nd Monday. June. So I'm going to call a name, and then you tell me if they are present or not. I hope you can see my screen. Wairimu Ann. Is she there?
Present.
Yeah?
Yes.
You're there, Wairimu?
Yeah.
Okay, I can see you, yes. Orina Anna.
Present.
Gakuha Anna. Gakuha Anna. No, absent. Njoroge
Present.
Beniface.
Present.
Njoroge.
Present.
Maina Damaris. Absent. Werunga Electina. Juguna Francis. Kimani Grace. Kimani Grace. Did I not see Werunga?
She was there.
Where has she gone to?
I think there's a problem with the network.
So, Kimani. Muhambe.
Present.
Francis Louisa. Francis Louisa. If I don't hear your name, your voice. Okay. Mwaura. I saw
Present.
such a name. You're present.
Yeah.
Maina Maureen. Maina Maureen. Ayeta Melody. Ayeta Melody.
Present.
Maina Mudoni.